The Rise of Hitler, From Birth to Dictatorship. In the small town of Braunau am Inn, Austria, a child is born. His name, Adolf Hitler. The date, April 20th, 1889. A child who would one day command empires and destroy them. His father, Alois Hitler, was a strict and overbearing man, a government official with little patience and even less warmth. His mother, Clara, adored him, shielding him from his father's wrath. But fate does not favor kindness. Sickness lingers in their home and death visits too often. Of 6 siblings, only Adolf and his sister survive. A broken dream, the artist who never was. As he grows, Hitler becomes a dreamer. A boy fascinated by grand structures, by art, by colors that bring life to a canvas. He yearns to be an artist. But dreams, like nations, sometimes collapse. At 18, he arrives in Vienna, full of hope, to join the Academy of Fine Arts, but rejection slams the door in his face, not once, but twice. "Your talents are insufficient," they say. His failures harden him. Poverty grips him. He sleeps on park benches, eats scraps of bread, and slowly hatred begins to fester. Vienna, a melting pot of cultures, feeds his paranoia. He reads anti-Semitic newspapers, listening to the poisonous rhetoric that whispers of blame, of enemies hiding in plain sight. The fire of war, a new purpose. Then war. In 1914, World War I erupts. Hitler, now 25, finds salvation not in art, but in battle. He enlists in the German army, fighting in the trenches, a messenger running through storms of bullets. And yet death spares him. Twice wounded, once blinded by gas, but never taken. To his mind, this is not luck. It is destiny, betrayal and fury, the birth of the Nazi vision. But in 1918, Germany loses. The empire collapses. Soldiers return, not as heroes, but as defeated men. And Hitler is furious. He sits in a hospital bed blind as the news of Germany's surrender reaches him. He clenches his fists. In his mind, the betrayal is clear. Germany was not defeated by enemies abroad, but by traitors within. Jews, communists, politicians, they have stabbed the fatherland in the back, he believes. And from this fury, a vision is born. The rise of the Führer, a new empire emerges. A broken Germany struggles to stand. Poverty, shame, desperation. In these ruins, Hitler finds purpose. He joins a small political group, the German Workers' Party, and transforms it. His voice is not just loud, it is hypnotic. His speeches ignite something deep within the hopeless masses. The party becomes the Nazi Party. The swastika becomes its banner, and Hitler becomes its leader. The beer hall putsch, a failed coup. Hitler is arrested but not silenced. In prison, he writes Mein Kampf, My Struggle. It is not just a book. It is a blueprint for domination. The road to dictatorship, the end of democracy. By 1933, he does not seize power. Power is handed to him. The world watches as he is appointed Chancellor of Germany. But democracy cannot coexist with tyranny. The Reichstag burns and Hitler uses fear as a weapon. With fire, he destroys the old world, and with words, he builds his own. Germany does not need a leader, he says. It needs a Führer. And so the dictator is born, a nation under his shadow. He rebuilds Germany, its economy, its military, its pride. But beneath the surface, darkness grows. He silences opposition. Books burn, voices vanish, camps rise. And hatred? Hatred is no longer just whispered. It is law, the road to war, and the beginning of the end. Poland falls. World War II begins. The world underestimated him. They will not make that mistake again. But war is not won by words alone, and Hitler, though powerful, is not infallible. He invades the Soviet Union, his greatest mistake. The Russian winter is crueler than any army. The once invincible German war machine begins to crumble. The fall of a tyrant. April 30th, 1945. Berlin burns. The Red Army closes in. In a bunker beneath the ruined city, Hitler sits. The walls shake with the echoes of his empire collapsing. He is not the artist he dreamed to be. He is not the warrior he once imagined. He is not the god his followers once worshipped. He is just a man staring at the consequences of his own creation. And so, with a gun in his hand, he ends it, the shadow he left behind. Hitler died, but his horrors did not. His name became a symbol, not of strength, not of greatness, but of the darkest depths a man can reach. Evil does not come with horns and fangs. Sometimes it comes with promises of glory,